Hello and welcome to I Am Young Britannia, the live video blog brought to you by Young Britannia, where we'll be interviewing up-and-coming and established young Britons to find out what makes them tick. In this episode, I'm going to be interviewing GFrsh to talk about his acting, music and inspiration. Hello and welcome to I Am Young Britannia Live, and we're here today with GFrsh.
How are you? I'm alright.
How are you? I love the jumper. Really nice, yeah. That's really good on you. So you're a musician, an actor, an artist, as it were. Can you tell us about any kind of up-and-coming projects you've got going on? What's the future looking like for you right now?
Just finished the Alfie mixtape EP. I just call it a project, really, but yeah, it's just a project I've got coming out based on the film from 1966 and 2004 about a guy who kind of just lives his life the fun way, let's say. And yeah, so I saw similarities in myself, and then decided to make a EP or a project based around that.
Okay, brilliant. So was that the one with Jude Law?
Yeah, Jude Law and Michael.
Yeah. So that thing, that sounds great. So when's the release date for that?
The 4th of August we're looking at the moment, yeah.
Okay, cool. And also, you've done a bit of acting yourself with Offender, which came out a few years ago. Have you got any other projects acting-wise coming out in the future?
Hopefully, we had a meeting about something the other day, but at the moment I just want to concentrate on the music, to be honest. I was supposed to be in, I forgot what's it called, Youngers or something like that.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to be in that, I think it's, yeah, and then, but
Yeah.
it clashed with some filming things, and then there was another film I was supposed to do, not filming, some recording, and then that clashed with recording. So at the moment I just want to concentrate on the music and then look into that, because I think that's where my strengths lie, to be honest, yeah.
And I think also when you're being creative, it's nice to focus on one thing at a time rather than, do you know what I mean? So you can pick.
Exactly,
into it.
exactly. Instead of
Yeah.
spreading myself in, because I think sometimes being a jack of all trades and a master of none isn't really the best.
It's not really you. No.
I prefer to just do something correct. Yeah.
No, that's great. That's great. So, do you have any kind of advice for anyone trying to get into your kind of industry and your career? Any advice to give to young, up and coming talent?
I mean, to be honest with you, before, when I was asked that question, I'd always kind of say forget about it, because it's such a hard, long, and testing road. You see what I'm saying? But now I would just say, for as long as you understand what you're getting yourself into, there's nothing wrong with it. But just make sure that not that you have a backup plan, but just to understand the realms in all capacities of what you're doing, and to understand that, for example, the music industry today isn't the same music industry that you grew up with in its format, the makeup of it. For example, 10 years ago, the music industry, 60% of music was based on music sales. Now, only 36% of the industry is based on that. So now you have to understand how much more it is than just going to the studio, recording and putting out music. Do you see what I'm saying? So just to understand fully what you're getting yourself into. That's all.
So it's kind of like a full-time job, as it were.
I mean, it's always been a full-time job. Now it's more than a full-time job, if I'm honest with you, because you are the brand, you are the product, not just your music. So that means you bearing your soul first and foremost in the studio, and then being a social networker, then being a brand, because that's going to be one of your main ways to create revenue and all the rest of it. So yeah.
You kind of answered my next question. I was going to say, what are the kind of challenges do you think young Britons face in kind of the world we live in today? Not just music-wise, but just as growing up, trying to get into something. What do you think the challenges are that they face?
I suppose it's just an ever-changing world. Do you see what I'm saying? I think the world changes so much quicker. Obviously, just by how technology works, it basically works in indices, so that everything speeds up. So now we've gone through, like, the CD era might have lasted, I don't know, 30 odd years, and then the MP3 era now would last 10 years, and then we're going to go into digital streaming, and then eventually we're going to go into another space so much quicker. So I think it's them having to adapt much faster to the ever-changing world in all different realms, whether that's going from normal TV to HD TV to to smart TVs. It's all happening so quickly that it's being ready and all just trying to be aware of what's going to come next and trying to harness that for the period of time that they can.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think they've got it a lot harder than us
No.
because it's developing all the time. Another thing I was going to say, in terms of obviously you've done the route you're doing. If that hadn't have happened for you, what do you think you'd be doing today if like the music hadn't like kind of hit off and acting wise?
Um, I'd be a stockbroker, to be honest, because because I was studying economics. I've got an economics degree from UCL, so I would have just been a
I
stockbroker.
bet no one knew that. So good on you. Yeah, that's great. That's really good to hear. Last question. I was going to let you go. If you're on a desert island, can only bring three things. What would they be and why?
Um, I don't know if family is a thing, then I'll probably bring family.
We might be able to let you off. Not the whole family.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. That's one.
You've got to have a favourite.
Collective. No, I can't have a favorite.
Okay, cool.
And then I'd have to bring a female companion or two, maybe a few of them. Just obviously we have
Oh, for you.
we have to continue.
Three things.
Yeah. And then try to have two more. Yeah, two girls
And your mum. Yeah. Okay.
family and a couple girls, and I'm alright.
Okay. It was a pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you for interviewing. GFrsh.
Yep.